Hey, what is up guys? It's Stan here, back with another video. So a couple months ago, I picked up the blue Yeti X microphone that you see right here. And I did a video of unboxing, a review of that. And if you want to check that out, I'll link it in the description down below. So it's been a couple months. I've been using it in my gaming, with my friends and whatnot. And they all were surprised to find out that most of the time when I'm gaming, I don't actually use headphones anymore. And they couldn't believe it because they couldn't really hear any background noises and whatnot. So, usually when you have someone using speakers and using their microphone, you might hear your own voice through their speakers, and you get that double echo and whatever. So, I didn't have any of that, and that's why in this video I want to show you guys my setup that I use and my settings, and prove to you that it is possible to use this microphone without headphones and using just your speakers, and show you what the end result or what it actually sounds like. So let's get into it. Now, before you go disliking this video, I just want to put it out there that if you want the best recording quality, of course you should be using headphones. However, a lot of times I don't want to be using heavy headphones, or I just want to enjoy my game without being all wired up. So this is a pretty good alternative to that. Now, in terms of microphones, when I actually purchased the Yeti X microphone, I was looking at the Shure SM7B, which is a dynamic cardioid microphone. And that microphone is really, really, really good at rejecting background noises and whatnot, because it's a dynamic microphone. But that was a little bit more expensive more than I was willing to pay, and the required peripherals that you need to be able to connect the XLR into the computer and whatnot, it was just a little bit more complicated than I was really willing to go. So that's why I ended up buying the Yeti X microphone here, because it was a USB mic. It had the mute button on it, which I use all the time, and it has the dials and the LEDs. It's actually pretty nice overall packaging. And the price was good too. So that's why I ended up with this. Now, one of the things I did know about this microphone before purchasing was that it was relatively sensitive, meaning some people have complained about keyboard clicks, mouse clicks, picking up background noises. So I was already aware of that. But I was actually pleasantly surprised at how well the cardioid pickup pattern rejection works on this microphone. So let me show you guys that. Let me fire up OBS and we'll take it from there. All right, so here we have OBS. Yeah, as you can see, I have the desktop audio turned all the way down, muted, and I've got basically the Yeti X recording everything that you're hearing right now. Now, I am about 2 inches, 3 inches away from the microphone, as you can see on the camera. So the levels are somewhere in the yellow range. Now, in terms of the settings on the G-Hub software, this is the Logitech G-Hub software. You can see here I have a gain of 13. And, gain, I found that anywhere between 10 and 15 is about right for this microphone, especially if you are, 2 to 3 inches away from the microphone. If you're further back away from the microphone, of course, the volume will drop off and it'll start picking up, and then you have to bump up the gain, and then it'll start picking up more noises. At 10 to 15 gain, however, the rejection of the background noise is pretty good. As you can see here, I'm clicking, and you can probably pick up a little bit of the noise here, and then the keyboard is also being picked up a little bit. So you will have some background noise, that is true, but it shouldn't be all that distracting compared to my voice. Now, I forgot to mention the setting on the microphone is the cardioid pickup pattern. So as you can see here in the software, that the pattern is the cardioid pattern. Of course, on the back of the microphone, you'll also see the little button and LED lit up as the cardioid pattern. Everything else is pretty much disabled. The blue voice is disabled. All of the output settings is flat, neutral. I haven't really messed around with that. Like I said, just a gain of 13. All right, now if I were to queue up a video, this is just the Blue Yeti X unboxing video that I put out a couple months back. You can hear my voice versus the speaker voice or speaker sound, and you can tell the difference in the rejection. So I've got the video playing. I'm still about 2 to 3 inches away from the microphone, maybe 3 or 4 inches away from the microphone, relatively close. But you should hear my voice far louder than what you're hearing in the video. To be honest, the video in the background is actually kind of distracting me. I can't really, it's very distracting to listen to myself and talk at the same time, especially if you're talking about completely different things here. But I hope that this is a very good example of basically what it sounds like and what the rejection is. Now, so that is with a constant open mic with a video playing in the background. So the video, so if you were to play a game, it would be basically the exact same effect, you know, noise coming out of your speakers and you're talking to the microphone, and it should be able to cut out all of that game noise compared to what you're talking about or what you're saying. Now, one last thing that will actually make it a little bit better of an experience is if you're using Discord, for example, and you go to voice and setting, if you adjust the noise gate to cut out all background noises, then it eliminates basically all unwanted noise. And what I mean by that is, as you can see here under voice, video, and voice, you can have the input sensitivity here, and I have it set to 48 decibels or negative 48 decibels. So basically, if I'm speaking louder than this point right here, the mic turns on, and that's the noise gate. Everything else below that is, you know, the fan, the AC, YouTube videos or game noises and keyboard clicks are all below that, so the mic doesn't turn on. And I usually run with an open mic. I don't bother with the push to talk. So as you can see here, when I'm talking to the microphone, basically it's at a level where the mic should be transmitting. Now, just keyboard clicks and mouse clicks should be below that. And if I were to go back to that YouTube video, just play that, you can see it falls below this noise gate.
That's not a particularly long cable. Now, if you need something longer...
So what that basically means is, as long as I'm not talking, I can watch YouTube videos, you can play games or whatever, and it never even turns on the transmitting levels. So from, you know, what my friends are hearing basically is nothing, playing a game, and only when I'm actually talking is when it's transmitting. And if I'm talking and there is a little bit of background noises, you know, in the background, either game noise or whatever, they don't actually hear that, or they don't really concentrate on that. So, and I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you got a little bit of background noise, right, and your noise gate is up here, and if your voice is up here, they're really just going to be only hearing your voice, and your voice is pretty much drowning out all of the background noise. And as soon as you stop talking, the you know, the noise gate cuts in, and then it's silence again. So the end result is basically no background noise whenever you're not talking. All right, here's another example, just another test with a game. I've got World of Warcraft running in the background, and I am talking directly into the microphone. And you should really be hearing my voice over the game sounds. If I stop talking for a moment, you can probably hear a little bit of it. And if I start talking again, my voice should be much louder than the game sounds. All right. Now, the microphone does have a 3.5mm output jack where you can connect headphones or, you know, headphones or earbuds into the microphone to monitor the volumes. Now, sometimes, you know, I said that I use speakers 80% of the time. The other 20% of the times I use earbuds connected directly into the microphone here. And you have the option to change the volume of the microphone, or the output microphone, change the volume of the, you know, earbuds. The Yeti X essentially becomes a USB sound card of sorts, where you're going to be able to hear stuff out of the microphone. And you also have the option to you change the mic split. So if you go all the way to the mic side, then you're going to basically only hear yourself talking. If you go to the PC side, then you're going to only hear the PC sounds. You're not going to be able to hear any of the recording. At 50/50, that's basically where you're kind of hearing the computer sounds and hearing a little bit of yourself. You have a few more presets that you can play with. Honestly, there's so many configurability options that it's a little bit overwhelming. Like I said, I just basically keep everything simple, and it's worked very well for me. All right, so hopefully this video was useful for some of you guys, because there's a lot of unboxing and review videos for this microphone, but there's not that many talking about how this microphone performs with just regular speakers and how well it does on noise rejection. Like I said, the reason is kind of stupid, but I really don't want to deal with messy hair or wear something so heavy, especially these GSP 600s, these Sennheisers or GSP 500s. They've got a very wide, huge band, on the head, and at the end of the day, after a long day of gaming, I basically have this little indentation in my head, in my hair, and it's just, I just don't want to deal with it. And that's why I've got earbuds, and I like using the speakers and using this microphone. So, everyone's got their own reasons, right? Anyway, hopefully this video was useful for you guys. If it was, on your way out, if you can hit that like button and perhaps consider subscribing for future tech videos. I'll see you guys in the next one.